Welcome back to Radio Faces at our Main Street studios here on the Houston Community College campus. Let's go right to picking the games. And I wanted to ask you, Indy, since you played for Philadelphia and Washington, you know what it's like when you played the Cowboys. Dallas is hosting Washington. What is it about that rivalry that makes it so special?
I don't know. It's funny because people ask me that, and you're right. I played in Washington, played in Philly, played in the NFC East. And it seems like no matter what team I was playing for, whenever Dallas came to town, it was a big rivalry. Even with the Houston Texans, anytime Dallas came for preseason, it was a huge rivalry. It's something about the Cowboys that just rubs people the wrong way. But when you talk about Dallas, Washington this year, 2011, with Washington going to Dallas, I know Washington's bringing their 2-0 record to Dallas's 1-1 record. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to find a way to win this game. I still think this is going to be a pretty good year for the Cowboys. They had a setback with the opening game, but I think they proved a lot to themselves. Tony Romo answered a lot of questions with the way he was able to lead his team back to victory in San Francisco. And in Dallas Stadium, Jerry Jones is not going to put up with a loss to the Washington Redskins. So I have Dallas actually winning this game 21-10.
I have Dallas winning at 30-20 because I think Rex Grossman is due for a bad game. He's been very good in the first two games, which is one reason the Redskins are a surprising 2-0. Now, speaking of surprises, Cam Newton, Jacksonville from the AFC South, 1-1, is playing at Carolina. Carolina's 0-2, but he's thrown for 422 and 432 yards when a lot of us, me included, thought he was going to bomb out as a rookie. Who do you like?
And I never understood that. You say it's a surprise. He is the number one pick in the NFL draft. That's a special title to hold. So this is what you expect. If he could cut down on the interceptions, I believe he threw 3 last week. I'm going to give Carolina this victory. As great as he's been, they're still 0-2, so it doesn't matter. Individual stats in the NFL don't matter. I think he's going to get in that film room. Coach Ron Rivera is going to say, this is what we need to do to win the game. I don't believe his individual stats will be as amazing, but when it's all said and done, the one stat that matters is the W, and I have Carolina winning this game, a modest score of 24-17.
Jacksonville was horrible when it went up and played the Jets. Luke McCown was terrible, and I bet you David Garrard watched that game, and he was wondering, now, tell me I didn't get cut for money again.
Right.
McCown was terrible. It's only a matter of time before their number one pick, Blaine Gabbert, is playing. I don't think Jacksonville's got a prayer. Those fans are going to be pumped in Carolina. I think he's going to put 31 on them. I think they're going to beat them like 31-17. This time he'll only throw for like 322 yards.
That's it.
Now, we talked earlier, we weren't shocked that Tennessee beat Baltimore in Nashville. The Ravens had a letdown. Could the Titans have a little letdown with the Denver Broncos coming to town?
You know what? I don't think so. I think they're going to take the victory over Baltimore and use it as momentum, because before the season, everybody was counting them out. 90% of the analysts, including myself, I'll raise my hand, had them to finish last in this division. Side note, I picked them to finish last before Jacksonville cut David Garrard right before the season, so that's my little excuse. But I think right now they're going to use this victory to propel them to play good for the early part of the season. I don't think they're going to have a letdown. When you're talking about a new head coach, a new quarterback, you don't overlook any team. You respect teams, even if it is Denver and Kyle Orton or Tim Tebow or Brady Quinn, who's ever going to be playing quarterback for Denver. So I have Tennessee taking Denver serious, and Tennessee also taking the game 14-10.
Broncos have suffered some serious injuries. Tebow was the third receiver. He's back in SEC country, but I tell you what, Kyle Orton's glad to go. I'm taking Titans 20-13. And, of course, the Saints and the Texans in the Superdome. Who do you like?
First of all, this is my game of the week. This is a you pick 'em. My heart's going with the Houston Texans, but my brain want to say the Saints. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do what the heart says. I'm going to go with the Texans. This is going to be a special year for them. I think Mashup's going to put 28 points, and they're going to hold the Saints to 21.
Wow. Well, I don't have a heart, so I'm going with my brain, and I picked the Texans to win the first two before the season and lose to the Saints. I think it's going to be a big game. I think the Saints are going to put some points up there and win this one like 27-23. I'll be there. It's going to be so much fun. I wish you were going to be there with me. You'll be back here doing a pre- and post-game show on Sports Radio 610. Now, that's Radio Faces for this week. Next week, we'll be back talking about the Texans, and we'll be talking about the Saints. He's Indy Kalu. I'm John McClain. Come back and visit us next week.